And welcome in Strategies for a Living today. It's a Monday, September the 17th, 2018. I'm Tom Pace, sitting in for the man who started Strategies for a Living, David McMillan. And I'm just blessed and honored that I am here today to bring you another edition of what he says is, what is your strategy for living? What do you do that makes your life and others very special? And so I've gone out and recruited a number of people, not the least of which is a special guest today. His name, Billy Wayne Montgomery. He's over there at the Bossier Police Jury. But Billy Wayne, welcome in. Here, I just want to shake your hand because everybody knows you as Coach.
Okay, that's why I got to give a lot to the success I've had. Is I started out coaching and teaching, and first teaching and coaching, and just good things happened.
Well, let me jump in. You started out teaching. Where did you teach?
Houghton High School.
And what did you teach?
At first, when I went there, it's sort of an odd deal. I went there and I got out of the service, and my aunt taught in Bossier. Before I got home, I called her, so she sent me, and I wound up at Houghton. And it was 4 days before school started, and what they wanted me to do there was to teach elementary or junior high, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't mind to teach a subject matter, but it was teach all of it: English, math, science, and everything. So
what did you want to teach?
Well, it was social studies, what I was certified to teach, and PE, and that's, and I could have done a few other things. But the odd thing about three of our ladies that had classroom all the time, I didn't want to do that, but I took the job because, the school started, so I took it. And they went to the principal and said, let's take each one of us three, me and the three ladies, and take those classes and let him teach us. They didn't want to teach PE anyway.
Phys ed, PE.
PE, yeah.
Okay.
And so, and also American history, civics, and all that. And that's what I wanted to do. So they went over and they departmentalized all those
subjects.
Yes, and they were so good to me. Without them, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Well, welcome in. It's Strategies for Living, and today is September the 17th, 2018. In case you didn't know, you were talking about Houghton High, the Buccaneers, and there is a graduate of Houghton High named Dak Prescott. Are you aware that the Dallas Cowboys, the Silver Stars, whatever you want to call them, actually came off the schneid, and Dak shined very brightly yesterday?
Oh yeah, they won yesterday.
Yeah, they did. And it was not for lack of not trying. They really worked really good. You had Thomas, and then you had Ezekiel Elliott. But more than that, whenever you think of Houghton High and your PE days, from then, what did you do?
After that, I was a principal there before I left. And then I wound up, I spent all my time at Houghton except one year. I was a basketball coach at Lafayette High School in Lafayette. Well, we integrated while I was there, and they got me to come back and be assistant principal at Houghton. And I did that. And then from there, I ran for representative and won that, and I went to Baton Rouge for 20 years.
Wait a minute. You were in Baton Rouge for 20 years?
No. In Baton Rouge?
Yeah. You were a representative for how long?
20 years.
That's what I said. 20 years.
Yeah, that's all I could, sir.
Oh, I see. Yeah, and so then after that, then the rest of the story is Haven't you been accepted into the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame and other very powerful and noted positions?
I was Political Hall of Fame at Winfield. I'm in it. I was in the Coaches Hall of Fame in Baton Rouge, in the Hall of Fame. Then there's the coaches coaches of the state of Louisiana also made me Hall of Fame, and so did the one locally here that we did. I'm in the Hall of Fame
Our
there
big
too.
Hall of Fame here in Shreveport.
Yeah, I'm in there too.
Is there anything you hadn't done?
Well, I don't know. I was just very lucky. I just happened to get in with good people.
I think that's a very important point. As we're here talking with, I'm going to call him an icon because everybody knows Billy Wayne Montgomery as coach. You can say, is Coach coming? And they know who it is without even batting an eye. So whenever I say I'm blessed to have known this man, I really am. After 50 years, you even spoke at a little celebration over at Ernest for me, and that was
Yeah.
kind of you.
Yeah.
So that being said, what is it that makes Billy run? You're still doing it. You're at the Bossier Parish Police Jury.
I tell you what I think why I was success. Me being at Houghton, I had success there because I was at a good place, and they helped me, and I went from there. And while I was at Lafayette, it was very good, very good, and I was a coach of the year there for that 1 year I was there at Lafayette, and I always when I went to Baton Rouge, I just got in with the right people, and I was able to get a lot of money without raising taxes, and I was just I've always had wound up. I didn't know who I was getting in with. I just got in with them, and those 20 years that I was in Baton Rouge, and we was able to get a lot of things up here.
Was there any particular thing, item that you had worked on so hard that
Building this place here.
building Bossier Parish Community College?
I got the money for it.
You did? How much money was that?
$67 million.
60, and that was way back.
Yeah, we bought the land first, and I was able to get that, and that was a sort of an accident. After we got the land, it laid here for a while, and I was in Baton Rouge, and I was sort of. One of the big people down there asked me, "Is there anything we can do for you?" We was at the mansion with the Ways and Means Committee. Which
Who was the governor
on.
back then? Do you remember? Was it Edwards or who was?
No, it was after Edwards.
Oh, the Republican. Yeah. Okay.
And asked me how, and he said, they said, well, we're going to look into that and see if we're going to be able to get something up there. So 3 days later, they called and they said, we got the money for it. That's how it got started.
Right here.
Right here. Everything that's on this campus now, except the building over here and the new building over there, it was all part of it. The gym and everything else.
You see, I think a lot of people, I'll bet half of these people in this studio did not know that you were responsible years ago for...
Well, I just never did publicize that because it would make somebody else, that's what I was supposed to have done. That's how I was supposed to operate, and I just didn't. I will say this, though. I just found out the other day they're going to name the gym after me.
Here?
Yeah.
The Billy Wayne, is it going to be Billy Wayne Montgomery?
Billy Montgomery.
Oh, it is gonna be.
Billy Wayne's too long.
Oh, sorry about that. So it's going to be Billy Montgomery.
Yeah.
But you go by the name Billy Wayne. Why?
Well, my mother, when she got mad at me, she called it Billy Wayne, but any other time it was Billy. But when she called Billy Wayne, I knew I was in trouble.
Well, that's like me. It's Tommy Glenn, but
Yeah.
I go by Tom. But when Mama called Tommy Glenn,
Yeah.
you knew you were in trouble.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I'm trying to see what our time cues are. Oh, okay, we got 4 minutes. So 4
Yeah.
minutes, and then we're going to come back. We're going to talk about really what is your. Are you not what I would say? You've got a servant's heart as opposed to a politician.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what a politician means. I just did what I was supposed to do. Like I said, I just happened to get in with people like John Alario, and I get along with all the governors. See, I think this is what you do. Now, this is important. A senator and a representative, their first responsibility is to do something to try to make the state, not in your district, and you try to make the state better. Then the things back home, you do them next. But it is important that you're a state representative, so therefore your first responsibility is to do things to make the state better. If it's in Shongaloo or wherever it may be, I just think most members get elected. They don't look at it that way, and they should.
Would you say many members want to take care of their own little fiefdom, if you will?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
And so that.
And another thing is the governor, the people elected him, and you oughtn't to fight him.
But does that mean that you have to give him everything?
I didn't
he
say
wants?
that. I didn't say everything, but the whole state voted for him, and you can't just fight with the governor.
What can you do?
Help support him, and when he's
What about if he's wrong?
Well, if he's wrong, how do you know if he's wrong or not? You got to do what he's got to.
Well, he wanted.
I served with 4 good governors.
Okay. And John Bell's one of the 4.
I didn't serve with them.
Ah, there's.
But I think he is. I think he's a very capable. If you
Okay.
just read his background,
Yeah.
and what he has done,
Yes.
and he is, and I wouldn't have any trouble at all supporting that guy.
All right. I think we're pretty close to. Where are we in time? Let me see a time check here. I'm thinking it's about a minute. Is it about a minute or what? I think we're at 1 minute. So let me wrap up this segment with Coach Billy Wayne Montgomery. Let me tell you, a man for all seasons. If you're to think about sports, you would be a man for all seasons. You've done basketball, you've done football. Have you ever done baseball or anything?
Well, I did in the summer and stuff like this, but basketball was my deal.
Did you play basketball?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What were you?
Well, I was a little guard and.
Were you a
went to
shooting
know-
guard?
Well, I like to shoot it.
Did you? That's good. Well, and so now you're shooting another position. You're at the Bossier Police Jury, and that is a most powerful position because you just recently allocated money for the new Westgate, whatever that is, the gate over there at Barksdale Air Force Base. Is that Eastgate? Mm-hmm. The Eastgate. You got that appropriated, and then they've worked with the state, with the government, with the federal government. So you're still getting a lot of things done, and so I'll tell you what, Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about a servant's heart on strategies for living right here live from Bossier Parish Community College, the television studio, right now live on Suddenlink Channel 12. I'm Tom Pace. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back with Coach Billy Wayne Montgomery.
Doing the laundry doesn't have to clean out your wallet due to energy charges. To help, the experts at the U.S. Department of Energy offer a few hints on saving time, trouble, money, and energy. For one thing, when replacing appliances or purchasing electronics, look for the Energy Star label. It means the washer and dryer and iron you get are made with advanced technologies that use 10 to 15% less energy and water than standard models. In fact, an Energy Star clothes washer consumes about 40% less energy than conventional clothes washers while reducing water bills. These washers also save you money because they need less detergent and are gentler on clothes. Next, plug that iron into an electronic power strip. Like many electronic devices, it can become an energy vampire and continue to consume energy even when not in use. Simply turn the power strip off when you're not ironing to avoid becoming its victim. For more energy-saving tips, go to energy.gov.
Something's not right.
My first symptoms were
constant tingling in my toes.
My legs, sometimes they'll go numb.
Had double vision.
They said you have multiple sclerosis.
Well, the beginning is the hardest time.
Kind of had to get a grasp on reality.
I had to adapt and change very rapidly.
I had to learn how to drive with my hands. Yeah, that was interesting.
I was a dancer. I don't see walking the way I walk any different than doing a dance. It just looks different. It's a different dance.
You see me have an off day, it doesn't take away from who I am.
A symptom may cause you not to be able to do that anymore. And at one point, I wasn't able to do any of those.
But I would exercise every day.
Since I've been cycling, it's definitely helped my walking.
To make a lot of changes in my life and just adapt to it.
I'm going to acknowledge its presence. I'm not going to discount it, but at the same time, I'm going to try my best to not let it stop me.
It's a fantastic opportunity to be working together with a common goal of curing MS, and sharing is the key.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American. I'm an American.
I am 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 an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I
am
An American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am American.
I am America.
I'm an American.
I'm an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
And welcome back. Strategies for living today on this Monday, and it's going to be a hot one. They expected the high 96, 97, and plenty of sunshine. And in fact, can you believe fall this week? Oh, give me a break. Right here live from Bossier Parish Community College, the telecommunications building up here on the third floor, and sitting in for your chief strategist, David McMillan. I'm your humble co-host, Tom Pace, and proud to be here every Monday at high noon to bring you interesting people and interesting stories, not the least of which is the man sitting to my left, your right if you're looking at the TV. His name is Coach Billy Wayne Montgomery. Coach, welcome back.
Thanks.
Hey, we were talking about Spam. You know, it's the number one selling food in the world, I think, is it not?
Canned.
The canned
food.
Spam, that's
Yeah.
right. Now, I just found out that Ben Franklin was shocked one night, dark, as he flew in a storm, his small kite, the lightning flashed and zing at the end of the string and the key from a can of Spam Light.
Is that right?
Well, that's what it says. It's a cute joke anyway.
Oh.
Okay. So anyway, Billy Wayne, first off, you're a servant of the people. Now, I think that would be fair to say, wouldn't that not?
Yeah, I didn't manufacture money or nothing, so.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. There are many who do that. Now, the other thing is, strategies for living means you have certain things that are important to the kids, to parents. You said you've always been around good people. Would you say that Christianity was a part of that?
Oh, yes. Yes, you got to live a good life. And you got to be able to not get in trouble. And that's just something that you teach them when they're in school, and you live that life. And you don't just talk about it, but I just think you need to live a good life, and the odds are good things will happen.
In other words, it's one thing to talk the talk, but you have to walk the walk.
Yes, you do. You need to do that. I think, I know that we get a lot of criticism that freedom has and everything, but it's a lot better. It's a lot of people, good people. It's a lot of good people. It just gets a lot of on the news and everything. All the bad stuff is what they talk about. But that's a very small part of our people who lives here. But I just think that young people, if they walk a straight line, the good things will happen. And I just think we got a lot more good people than we do bad people.
All right. And by the way, a front promotion, Sarah and Daniel are going to be at the news desk coming up at 12:30. So you want to know what's happening around Bossier Parish Community College? Sarah and Daniel going to be here at 12:30. So that gives us.
Well, BIPSI is one of my big projects. But
tell me why BIPSI is such a big project.
It's our General Motors. This place is our General Motors.
This place, BIPSI, is your what you call General Motors.
Well, yeah, because it's got a lot of employees. We got 9,000 students come in here, and ladies come in here, and boys come in here, and men come in here to get educated, and it's just a big deal. But also being a representative, like I said, but I didn't go in somebody else's district and try to do anything. They would come and ask me would I help them on, like the interstate out there. They're working on it. I was able to get 60 million. I see here, I hadn't looked at this till you called, and 60 million and 90 million on the north part of 49. And they're about to finish the other part hooked up to 220s. So that's a big deal. I mean, that was, but I was still think BIPSI is my deal.
So in other words, BIPSI will be your legacy.
Well, I can't. It's very important.
Well, I mean, let's call it what it is. I mean, if you were the man behind the 67 million that got it started, and how many years ago was that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
50?
Oh, BIPSI?
Yeah.
Oh, no. We hadn't been here, what?
I don't know. Paul, can you find out how long BIPSI been here? I thought.
Well, no, I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
I'm talking about this campus.
This campus, we've been here about 12 years.
12 years.
12 years.
At this
Okay.
campus.
Yes.
And so, but this was what you worked so hard for.
Well, no, it just happened.
It just happened.
Yeah.
I believe in the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, and Santa Claus, but I don't believe things just happen. I think it takes the will of God, and I think
I just had to be at the right place at the right time.
There you go. There you go. Okay. Now, Billy Wayne Montgomery also, believe it or not, this man is a member of several boards. Are you still on the Norwela Council or?
Who?
The Boy Scouts.
No.
No?
I still help them raise money.
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. What, are you on any boards?
Oh, yeah, I'm on the hospital board. I'm on,
We're going to let him get into where he sits on various boards.
I'm on the State Fair Board, been on it, and on it for life now. And then BIPSI's main board, and I do the sports in it. And the hospital board, I'm on the hospital board. I'm on the biomed board here.
So the Biomedical Center.
Yeah, and Keep Bossier Beautiful. We had a big thing the other day.
At the 9/11 ceremony, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
Did you see that young 8-year-old?
Yes, I couldn't see him because it was behind that
The podium. Yeah, 8 years old. His name Dallas Locke.
He didn't miss a lick.
Did not miss a lick, and he read. But he had written it, but he actually memorized it. Do you remember what they were saying? I think the mayor even said it. Said, I don't think in all the years that we've done the 9/11 ceremony we've ever had a student that could recite it from memory.
Also, I'd like to mention on the board that I'm on is Caddo Bossier Sports Commission. I'm a chairman of it. And this is an interesting thing. As we, or they, or somebody, decided to add a penny, a half a penny, or a fourth of a penny to the hotel motel, and had to go before the people to vote on it. Every precinct that voted, every one, it passed in.
Thank you, Coach. God love you. God bless you. Keep doing the will of the people. I'm Tom Pace, Chief Cook and Bottled Washer for David McMillan Strategies for Living. Your humble host while he's taking some time doing his radio show. Stand by. Daniel and Sarah coming up next right here live on BIPSI on Channel 12 on Suddenlink. Have a great week.
We could talk